Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. I don't know, it's an awfully gorgeous day out there. I'm not quite sure I'm ready for spring, and I'm hearing maybe some snow in the forecast late in the weekend into Monday. We sure could use it before spring break descends upon us next month. As we mentioned on our radio show this morning, spring break, we've got 2 big weeks coming up, and that the first one, mostly Texas and whatnot, is around March 9th or 10th to the end of the week, around the 15th. And then the next break, which is some of New Mexico and other parts of Texas, March 16th through the 21st. So please make sure that your business is ready. And let's hope we get a little bit more snow for a lot of reasons. Now, while that is happening and we have spring break, we also have another really big event starting in our community. And that is our guest today. And I'm really pleased to have with us Kat McFadden, who is the Main Street Program Coordinator, along with a few other hats that you have. You can juggle them today if you would like, Kat. But Kat is our Main Street Program Coordinator, as well as the main contact for the up and coming CDOT project with the Cone Zone program. So, Kat, thank you so much for joining us today. You really have a lot on your plate, but we have just received a big announcement from CDOT, and I'm going to let you talk about that.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me, Mary Jo. It's always a pleasure to be here, and what an honor to support our community through this reconstruction project by leading the Main Street program, and particularly the Cone Zone Care Initiative. I think a lot of people do know about our Main Street program in town, but I thought I'd just mention that we are an official program of the town, and we are an official Main Street community in Colorado. We're also an accredited program with the National Main Street America organization. So we've really come a long way in a short amount of time with this program, and our focus is truly on the revitalization and the preservation of our beautiful downtown Pagosa Springs. And Cone Zone, as you mentioned, is one of our primary initiatives. And the whole purpose of Cone Zone is to really focus on downtown and support the businesses and the residents through this transition for this reconstruction project in whatever way, shape, and form that comes. So we are going to have our next update tomorrow, and we've got a lot of important things to say about what's going on with the project, when it's going to start. The public information officers will be there to provide details and to answer your questions. But we also have some other information to share with people. For example, we found out that the Archuleta County commissioners have earmarked $100,000 to go toward grant funding for our business assistance program. This is huge. We've been meeting with the businesses for well over a year now, and they have made it very clear, yes, low cost loans are helpful and important, but what we really need is some grants to try to make it through this process. And the county has really stepped up. So we learned that we have this funding available. So now we're defining all of the particulars of the program, like what the application process will be, what are the different guidelines. And we believe that what it's going to do is take the form of an application for low-cost loan money, or for grant money, or a combination thereof. And the whole point of this is to help the businesses through this reconstruction by providing some financial assistance. We're going to be creating a business survey to send out to the businesses to say, hey, what is it that you need assistance with most? Is it your operating costs? Is it, a mortgage or a lease, or is it payroll?
Payroll.
What is, and so we will modify the program around that. But that's just hugely important for our community and a really exciting thing that we get to present tomorrow during our Cone Zone update.
Well, and I don't think a lot of people also realize the engagement with Region 9 and activating that again, although it is alone. It is an incredibly similar to COVID. It's an incredibly low cost program as well. And certainly there are parameters to that program. But I think what's important is that our businesses are going to have some options, financial options and opportunities there, which we're thrilled about.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And thank you for mentioning Region 9, because yes, we couldn't do this without Region 9. We're essentially repackaging the program that they rolled out during COVID that was very successful. And, initially we knew that we would offer this with low cost loan opportunity, but it's just an amazing thing to report that we get to include grant money as well, like you said, to offer some financial assistance for businesses.
Sure. So for those, the Cone Zone meetings are open to the public.
Absolutely,
You
yes.
have to just be on the main street.
Right.
But if you are not here, CDOT will be having another meeting, and they just announced an open house. Would you like to talk about that?
You bet. So we are doing everything we can to work directly with the public information officers and the town and the county and the chamber and Visit Pagosa. Everybody, we're all on board to get the message out about this project and offer our help and support along the way. So we'll have our Cone Zone update tomorrow evening. That's starting at 6 p.m. It'll probably go about an hour, and that's going to be at Motel Soco here in Pagosa at the bottom of Putt Hill. But then on Monday, we'll have another opportunity out at the Archuleta County Fairgrounds in the Extension Building to have an open house where all the CDOT members are going to be there to be present, to answer your questions. We're going to be there. Cone Zone's going to be present. Main Street's going to be present, so we can answer any questions and get people connected with the email address for the project and the hotline for the project and so forth. It's just really giving the public an opportunity to come in, ask questions, and have candid conversations with those in charge of the project.
Sure. Kat, we have dealt with a number of large information projects. If the community has a fire in particular, we've had 2 serious fires. I know I am extremely passionate about getting the correct information. It's just something that I pride ourselves on and feel very strongly about getting out the correct information and not engaging in the rumor mill. And this, certainly last night they were giving examples of, some of the misinformation that is out there. And I think what's going to be key in this whole process is all the different websites that are involved, the key ones, the Main Street program, the Chamber's website, Visit Pagosa Spring, will have all the same information.
Absolutely.
The same maps, the same CDOT connections, the same bus routes, the same everything, so that people know where they can get that information. And no matter where they go, it's all the same.
All the same. All the same. That's such an important point to bring up. And I believe that our community has done a great job coming together and identifying who all the stakeholders are that will have that information, and how we're working together to make sure that it is consistent across the board. And we've also been very fortunate that CDOT hired these 2 public information officers to run our program and be the point of contact for all things CDOT and the contractor and so forth. And we have a hotline and we have an email address. So we'll just be replicating the messaging and the information that they give us. We're not going to make it up as we go. They're going to be the sole creators. We're just going to magnify it, amplify it, so that everybody has access to it everywhere they go. And I think that's going to be critical to helping keep the right information out there and keep the rumor mill down, and just help everybody in our community through the process.
Well, certainly, Kat, I think you're going to become a frequent guest on this show. As you know, this show was developed because of COVID and getting that information out on a very frequent basis to our business community. And we have obviously committed to you all to use this forum as that method of communication as well, that people can, you know, come in every week at this time and get a quick and dirty, you know, whether that's me talking about it, you talking about it, that you get that weekly update to know where we are and what's happening. But again, you know, the easiest way is the links that will be on the websites, which will have the real-time information.
Exactly, exactly. And I mean, you said it best. And we're so fortunate to have resources like you working with us, and all of our community really working together. There was just one thing I wanted to mention, if I have a couple extra minutes
You
to do
do.
so. You know, we've been talking all along and trying to find some funding to come up with a visual representation of what our project's going to look like when it's finished, so that people have something to look forward to and an actual vision. And I'm delighted to report that we've been able to secure an agreement through our Main Street program and DOLA's support with Ayers Associates, and they are helping us with a digital rendering of our entire construction zone,
Wow.
what it's going to look like on the other side, as well as a fancy 3D modeling of the 400 block.
Wow.
So we're just delighted to have this opportunity. We'll talk a little bit more about it tomorrow night. Right now, we anticipate that being available and ready at the end of May. We would love to have done that a little bit sooner, but it's been hard to find the funding and support. But the program came through, and we're just delighted and couldn't be happier about it. So I think that we've gotten a lot of resources in a row ready for our community to tackle any challenge that comes our way with this reconstruction.
Well, and I think one other little key point that I hear and is a little disappointing is I do hear some people saying, oh, I'm just not coming downtown at all, and I'm just gonna avoid the construction. And I need to reiterate that, you know, we need this at time more than ever. We need to not avoid downtown, and we need to support some of these businesses. But I believe the businesses will be working on some creative and clever ways to get you downtown. I know we certainly will be submitting some ideas as well. And, you know, we need to find the time and the effort to come down and support our downtown businesses during this difficult time.
You are absolutely right. And we please, if you've got some fun, creative ideas, send them our way, because we're all about fun and creativity. And we want to make it so that people can't miss what's going on downtown throughout this reconstruction project.
Is there anything, just a reminder, tomorrow, 6 o'clock at Motel Soco, or Monday at 6 o'clock at the Archuleta County Fairgrounds for the CDOT reconstruction update? Anything else you'd like to mention? Just know that it's a huge thank you from all of us for all the work that you and the committee has done, and the various subcommittees. Everybody has worked really hard to try and prepare for this new project.
Right. And I have to throw that compliment back to you, Mary Jo, and all the work that you and your team have done to get our community ready and to support our community through this. It's going to take a village. It's going to take the whole community. And, you know, change is very challenging, but this is a huge investment in our future, and definitely going to be so worthwhile. So thank you for letting me have the opportunity to join you, and I look forward to coming on a regular basis.
Right, and we'll see you either tomorrow and or Monday.
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us, Kat. We appreciate it. All right, so that's the big news. Obviously, March 17th was the date that CDOT is anticipating starting this event. So please become involved and be knowledgeable. Come from a basis of knowledge, not hearsay, and let's move forward with the project. One other big invitation is on Friday, this Friday. It will be our February business happy hour, and we will be over at Aspire, and they came by today and got some Mardi Gras decorations. So we are ready to rock and roll. It's very fun. If you have not been to Aspire for a while, if you don't even know maybe what Aspire is, it's on the corner of 8th and Apache, and we will be there on Friday from 5 to 7. For those of you who have businesses that you either work from home or you really don't have storefront, this is a perfect opportunity for you to come to this event. We did so much networking at the annual gala, and people just really have seen what it's like to network and what you can accomplish in a relaxed and comfortable situation, and really how much business you get done. So please join us on Friday, the 28th, for our February business happy hour. Will be again at Aspire. On the corner of 8th and Apache. It's going to be lots of fun with the Mardi Gras theme. So let's get into the groove now. Also, if you've got your calendars out, there's a reminder, and we'll talk about it more next week. But the Knights of Columbus Fish Fries will be starting on March 7th. So mark that down on your calendar. And the big news is, I'm going to spoil it for next week. There's going to be dine-in service this year that's coming back. So a lot of people are super excited about that. The other really quick note I want to mention, and this deals more with our nonprofit entities, but if you did not get an invitation for a webinar, which is tomorrow, so it's a short turnaround, but tomorrow at 9 a.m., DOLA, or the Department of Local Affairs, is doing a webinar on federal funding freezes and the executive order updates. You do need to register for the class. If you are interested and you have not registered, please contact us in our office. We'll be happy to send you that link so that you can register again tomorrow at 9 a.m. I know there's a lot of questions out there that we're getting from our nonprofit entities. So this is a great opportunity to try and find out, once again, the latest information that we have. That's going to do it for me today. We've taken up a lot of your time, but hopefully it's all been good. Please join us at one of these upcoming meetings and for our business happy hour on Friday. We look forward to seeing you. If you have questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to our office, and we'll do what we can to help you. And one more thing. Our business members will be receiving an email for our survey, our business survey. We hope that you'll take just a few minutes to complete that survey. It's really important for us as we develop our plans for the rest of this year and the upcoming year, for the person that will be replacing me to have some guidance on where the organization is to go and what projects and programs to work on. We also want to know how to best communicate with you. So please take just a few minutes and answer the survey. You'll see the link. It will be on our website next week. You'll be getting emails, and it will also be in our newsletter coming out on Friday. So now that's it for me, and we'll see everybody next Wednesday. Thank you so much for joining us. Go do that snow dance.